Hey guys, today I'm going to show you how to use Canva to create a logo. So we're going to start by launching the Canva app, and then I just want to take you on a quick tour of the home screen. So you can see down here are designs that you have previously created if you have any of those, and then you can see here above that are just some examples of types of documents you might want to create. So I can kind of click through those and see different types. You can also click up above that and see different categories of items. So like I might be interested in making something for social media, or I might be interested in making some kind of document. You can see different sorts of things that you can make that way. You can also, if you have something in mind, you can search for it and come up with a whole bunch of different stuff that it doesn't show in here. You can also just click create a design and kind of start searching here as well. But what we're going to do for this tutorial is create a logo. So you can do that either by scrolling through until you find logo and click on it, or I'm going to do it here. I'm going to search Canva and I'm going to search logo. I'm going to click on it there. Either way, you will end up here. So you can start with just a blank one if you want to, but you can also look at the templates that they have. So I'm going to kind of scroll through. This is good if you know generally what you want to do. You can kind of pick one of these that is similar to what you want to do and edit it to fit your needs. Now, what you don't want to do is just pick one of these and just type in the name of your business and call it a day. You do want to, change it to reflect what you want for your business. So I am just going to pick, let's see, I'll pick this one. Okay, so first thing, as soon as it loads in, you can see that now that it's loaded, I still have access to all of those templates, and even actually some more templates. So I can scroll through and they're kind of categorized by art or design, fashion, band, computer, food, drink, education. So if you were kind of overwhelmed at first, you can always just click blank and then load in and look by category to see what kind of logo you might want. So there's tons to look for. And you can even look, like if you're opening a bakery, you could search bakery and probably come up with plenty. So like if I wanted to do a bakery, I could do this right here for my logo. I could do this one. You can, there's tons of options for you to choose. So I'm going to stick with this one because I'm here. So I'm going to show you some things over here on the sidebar. So we've got uploads, which is photos that you have uploaded. You do not need this for a logo. A logo should never have a photo in it. A logo can have, oops, undid. That's fine. A logo can have an illustration like this, something small and simple, but a logo should never have a photo in it. On that, there are photos here. There are plenty of stock images, but you don't need a photo for your logo. If you were doing a brochure or an Instagram post or something like that, it would be totally fine to use these photos. But for a logo, you don't need that. Then we have elements, which is where you would find the sort of illustration that you might want. So let's say maybe I don't want a croissant. That's not the kind of bakery that I'm opening. Maybe I want a cake. And then I can choose any of these that fits the style that I'm going for. I kind of like that one. And then I can just drag the corner to resize, and you will see these little purple lines pop up. That shows me, so the solid purple line shows me that it is centered in the document. The dashed purple line is showing me that it is lined up with the top of these text boxes, which is fine. Okay, so this doesn't really fit the color scheme that I had anymore. So I'm gonna click here, and I can see these are colors that are already in my document. So this would be my background color. This is the color of the text. So I could go with that one. Or I could also pick something else if I wanted to. I can also just make my own color here, and whatever I want. I'm going to stick with this one, but I do want you to notice when you click new color, you have this right here This is called a hex code, and it tells you the exact like alphanumerical designation of the color that you have currently selected. So if you want to get this exact color and put it in another document in Canva, you would copy this and then you would paste it into the other document that you want to use it in. And I will show you how to do that later, but just keep in mind that that's where you find that. So I have this. I can go over to text and I can add new text. So if you started from a blank document, then you could come in here and scroll and find some text that works from you. You can also just click to add a heading. Move it up here so we can see. And then there's tons of fonts to choose from. One thing that you should notice is that some of these have a little crown beside them. That means that they are the Pro edition and they are not free. So don't choose one of those. The same thing applies with your elements over here. If you see some, and yours is going to look a little bit different from mine because I actually do have the Pro account. So mine is not showing up, but if yours has a little crown or it says Pro or it has like a little $sign, then it is not free. And again, I can't exactly show you this, but like if I were to choose one of these like this, so you see here's this little like graduation cap comes up, it says it's for EDU, it's for education. You don't have an educator's account. If you're super interested in this, you can probably get one. I think you can get a student account. You can definitely get a teacher account, which is what I have. But like if you're really into graphic design, you could look into that. But this one would be in your view because you don't have any sort of Pro account. This one would show up that you have to pay for it. And then when you load it in, it'll let you load it in. It just won't let you save it. And it'll have a whole bunch of little like gray X's all over your picture when you load it in. So if you do one and it has those little gray X's, that means it's not free and it's not going to let you download it, so you're not going to be able to turn in this project. So make sure that you're choosing only free designs. Same thing with the text, that you're choosing only free designs. Okay, so I'm going to delete this. So I have all of this. If I want to edit this, I could go in here. I could do this. I can also add other things. Like I don't have to just stick with what they gave me here. Like I can rearrange stuff. Maybe I want to add like a circle border. Something like this maybe. Kind of ugly. But you can add a whole bunch of different stuff and you can customize this and make it your own. And if at any point you're like, now that I've picked this, I'm not really sure this template is working, you can always go back to templates and you can choose another template and go from there. You can also, if you kind of want to like make two and then decide which one you like better, you can click add a page and then you can be like, okay, so on this one, I'm going to try the same thing, except for I'm going to try it with this template instead. Or, whatever you want to do. Like you can try a whole bunch of different stuff and then you can just undo what you don't like. It's not permanent. It also auto saves every couple of seconds. So unless you lose internet, it should be saving every couple of seconds. So you should never be more than like, if your iPad dies or something like that, like you might have to go back and redo what you've done in the past minute, but you shouldn't have to you shouldn't lose the entire document. So whenever you are ready, you've got your logo designed, you're happy with the way it looks, you're happy with the colors, you're happy with the fonts, then you will download it to your iPad. So you're going to click this little download arrow right here. It's saving it as an image. It says it's preparing. It has saved to the Canva roll. If it does not do this, you probably have permissions turned off, and I will show you how to turn that on. So I'm going to go to my settings. And then I'm going to scroll down here. I'm going to scroll down until I find Canva. And then I am going to make sure that photos is set to read and write. That means they can look at your photos and they can also save things to your camera roll. If you don't have that turned on, then it will not actually save. It'll act like it saves, and then when you go to your camera roll, it won't be there. So once you have your logo saved, that's all we're doing for today. But when you come back tomorrow, you will be able to, so let's say the next thing I'm going to do, and if you're done today, go ahead and get started on this today. That's fine. If you have time for it, by all means, you won't have to stress as much the next couple of days getting stuff done. So the next thing on your list is a business card. So I'm going to click business card. And again, I've got templates to choose from. I'll go with this one. So you can see this template comes with a front and a back. You need both. So you click add a page. So you've got, and first of all, if you didn't notice, I started a new document for this. I went back to home and then I clicked to start a new document. You should not have all of the designs for this project in one document. It won't work. They won't be the right sizes. So I have the front of the business card here, and then on the back of the business card, I want it to be like this. And now I want to put my logo in this business card. So I am going to go to Photos. Nope, I'm going to go to Uploads. I'm going to click Upload Media, Photo Library, and then I'm going to choose that photo that I just saved. And then I can just click to put it in. So I actually probably want it here on the front. And then I really actually don't want any of this stuff back here, because none of this has to do with what I'm doing. I just want my logo. But you can do it any way you want to. You can keep some of the stuff like that. Now, what I also want is I want this to be the same color as this. And I want this text to be the same color as the text up here. So the way we're going to do that is by going back to this. And this is another thing that I wanted to show you. You will see that sometimes this is the original template that I clicked on whenever I made that document, and it looks like it didn't save any of my changes. It totally saved your changes. You just have to open it, and then your stuff will be right there. But sometimes it doesn't update the thumbnails that often. So I'm going to click on my background, and then I'm going to click on the color. And then remember, I'm going to click New Color, and that's where I'm going to get this. So I'm actually going to write this down because I need to remember 2 colors. If you were just remembering 1 color, you could just copy and paste it, which is what I'm going to do with the second one. But this one I'm going to write down so that I can remember it. Okay, so I wanted the color for that one, and then I also wanted the color for the text. So again, this one you won't have a little thing up in the corner. It'll be it'll be an A with the color underneath it. So I'm going to click New Color, click down here, and this time I am going to copy it. So now I go back, open my business card design, and then I want to change this text, even though I haven't even written what I'm going to write there, but I want to change the color of the text to be the color that I just copied. So then I'm going to paste that in there and click on it. And actually what you can do, what I really like this, you can actually click down here to change all of that original black color to brown. So I'm going to click that, and it's actually going to change all of the text to match that, which is really nice. And then this one, I now have to type in. Okay, and I've got my color here. So I'm going to click on that. And you can see now it kind of blends into the background and it looks the same. So then to make this correct, I would go in and I would change. So let's see, maybe this would be my name. So this is where you put like your title in the business, and each template is going to be a little bit different, but that's just how this one is. And then it gives you some generic 1, 2, 3, anywhere, street, any city, state, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's fine if you want to keep that. If you want to make up an address, please don't put your actual home address. But if you want to make up a different address, or you just want to change this to be anywhere, street, Benton, Arkansas, like that's fine. This, I do want you to change the website or email address. So I want you to change this to your name. So I would put Kelsey, because that's my name, at, and then the name that you came up with for your business, which I honestly don't remember what that is, which is Bakery Shop. I know this is not a real thing that actually exists, but we're going to pretend like it is for this project. So mine would be kelsey@bakeryshop.com. And again, I'll just leave the phone number. Please don't put your actual phone number in there. If you want to make up a phone number, go for it, but you don't have to. And then actually, now that I think about it, I want to change this to also match this. And so then I have created a business card that includes the logo that I already made. Didn't have to remake it for this. It's already on there. And then my information on the back. If you're doing this project and you get stuck at any point, let me know. But a lot of it you can kind of do. So like if you're like, I don't really exactly understand what a letterhead is. So when you get to that part, read the stuff that I've put on Google Classroom, but then you can come over here and you can type letterhead. And you can kind of start to see like, oh, like it's like a template that you use to write a letter. Like you can see from the designs and templates that they have what kind of generally you should be doing. For the most part, what you're going to do on these is you are going to, with all of the designs that you're doing, you're going to pick a template that they have, and then you are going to edit the colors, the fonts, the designs, all of that sort of stuff to match your business. So where it says Andrew Jenkins down here, you would put your name in your title. Where it says Andrew@graystone.com, you would put your name at yourbusiness.com. If your colors are pink and purple, then you would change this little gray banner down here to be purple, and you would change something, you know what I mean? You would change it to match your cohesive branding that you have come up with. But most of these things, you don't have to come up with a design from scratch. They give you some templates to choose from that you then customize to what you want to do with your business. So if you get confused at any point, you need help with any of the designs, let me know. When you get to the end, the last 3 designs are up to you. So there are 7 that everyone has to do. And then there are 3 that you can choose. And I've given you some examples of what you might choose, but there are plenty of other things that you can just scroll and see. Maybe you want to do an Instagram story. Maybe you want to do a postcard to mail out to your customers. Maybe you want to do an invitation inviting people to come to like your grand opening. There's so much stuff that you could do on here, but I didn't want to tie anyone down to like specific things, because like I think some of them on here are like a label, like a clothing label. Well, it doesn't make any sense to do a clothing label if you're a bakery. But on the other hand, it doesn't make any sense to do a menu if you are, I don't know, a lawn service. So like, you know, pick and choose what it is that you do, and then choose 3 of the templates that work for that business and do those. So if you have any questions, email me and let me know.